This is a story for Ethan McGwynn. It's called Emily's Island Adventure, and this is what it's about. Emily and Dr. Livingston embark on an adventure to uncover a mysterious treasure hidden on a remote island, encountering challenges and rival treasure hunters along the way. Chapter 1: The Mysterious Map. In a small town, nestled between rolling hills and whispering woods, lived a brave and curious girl called Emily. She was known for her adventurous spirit and her love for exploring new places. One sunny afternoon, while rummaging through her grandmother's attic, Emily discovered an old, dusty map. The edges were tattered, and it had strange symbols and markings all over it. "What's this?" Emily wondered aloud, brushing off the cobwebs. Her green eyes sparkled with excitement as she examined the map. It showed an island in the middle of a vast ocean, with a big red X marked on it. Emily's heart raced. "This must be a treasure map," she said. She quickly ran downstairs to show the map to her parents, but they were busy with chores and didn't pay much attention. Determined, though, Emily decided she needed help. She rushed to Dr. Theodore Livingston's house. Dr. Livingston was a kind, knowledgeable scientist who lived nearby. He was an expert in ancient artifacts and mysterious places. Emily went often to him for help with her school projects. "Dr. Livingston, look what I found," Emily said, as she burst into his study. The old man with his white beard and round spectacles looked up from his work. "What do you have there, Emily?" he said with a smile. "It's a treasure map. I found it in my grandmother's attic," said Emily, handing him the map. Dr. Livingston adjusted his glasses and studied the map carefully. "This is indeed intriguing," he said. "This island isn't on any modern map. It must be very old and perhaps forgotten." "Do you think the treasure is still there?" said Emily. "Well, there's only one way to find out," Dr. Livingston replied with a twinkle in his eye. "We must go on an expedition." Chapter 2: Setting Sail. A week later, Emily and Dr. Livingston were at the docks, preparing to set sail. They had gathered supplies, including food, water, and tools for their journey. They boarded a sturdy ship called the Explorer. As the ship set sail, Emily felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. She had never been on a real adventure before. Dr. Livingston reassured her. "Remember, Emily, adventures are full of unknowns, but that's what makes them so exciting." Days turned into weeks as they sailed across the vast blue ocean. They encountered playful dolphins, coloured fish, and even a few curious sea turtles. Emily kept a diary, noting down everything they saw and learned. Dr. Livingston taught her about marine life, navigation, and the stars. Every night they would sit on the deck and watch the starry sky, trying to identify constellations. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Emily spotted something in the distance. "Look, Dr. Livingston, an island!" Dr. Livingston peered through his telescope. "That's it, Emily. We found the island from the map." Chapter 3: The Island of Mysteries. They anchored the Explorer near the shore and took a small boat to the island. The island was lush and green, with tall palm trees swaying in the breeze and exotic birds singing in the treetops. Emily felt like she was in a dream. "According to the map, the treasure is in the heart of the island," Dr. Livingston said. "We must venture through the jungle." As they made their way through the dense vegetation, they encountered various creatures. There were monkeys swinging from tree to tree, colourful parrots squawking overhead, and even a giant tortoise plodding along. Dr. Livingston explained the importance of each creature in the ecosystem, and Emily listened intently, fascinated by the wonders of nature. Suddenly they heard a rustling sound in the bushes. Emily froze, her heart pounding. "What's that?" she whispered. "Stay calm, Emily," said Dr. Livingston, holding her hand. Slowly a group of people emerged from the bushes. They were dressed in rugged clothes with determined looks on their faces. "Who are you?" said Emily. The leader of the group, a tall man with a bushy beard, stepped forward. "We're treasure hunters," he said, "and we're here for the same treasure you're looking for." Chapter 4. The Race for the Treasure. The treasure hunters, led by the man named Captain Blackbeard, were not friendly. They had been following Dr. Livingstone and Emily, hoping to find the treasure first. Captain Blackbeard demanded that they hand over the map. "Never," said Emily, clutching the map to her chest. "Very well," Captain Blackbeard sneered. "We'll find it ourselves. But beware, the island is full of dangers." With that, the treasure hunters disappeared into the jungle. Dr. Livingstone looked worried. "We must be careful, Emily. The island is very dangerous and we can't let them get the treasure." They continued their journey, but now they had to be extra careful. They encountered quicksand, venomous snakes, and even a rickety rope bridge over a deep chasm. Each time, Emily and Dr. Livingstone used their courage, intelligence, and teamwork to overcome these obstacles. At one point, they came across an ancient temple covered in vines. "This must be it," said Dr. Livingstone, examining the map. "The treasure must be inside." They carefully entered the temple, their torches casting eerie shadows on the walls. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and moss. Inside, they found a series of puzzles and traps designed to protect the treasure. Emily used her keen observation skills to solve the puzzles, while Dr. Livingstone used his knowledge of ancient civilizations to avoid the traps. Finally, they reached the inner chamber. In the center of the room was a pedestal, and on it a magnificent golden chest. Emily and Dr. Livingstone approached it cautiously. Chapter 5. The Hidden Treasure. As they lifted the lid of the chest, they gasped in astonishment. Inside were sparkling jewels, gold coins, and an ancient artifact that looked like a magical amulet. Emily picked up the amulet, which shimmered with a soft, otherworldly light. "This is incredible," Emily whispered. "We've found it." But their moment of happiness was short-lived. Captain Blackbeard and his treasure hunters burst into the chamber. "The treasure is ours," said Captain Blackbeard, lunging for the chest. Emily and Dr. Livingstone quickly backed away, clutching the amulet. Suddenly the ground began to shake, and the temple started to crumble. "We have to get out of here," said Dr. Livingstone. In the chaos, Emily noticed an inscription on the amulet. It was in a language she didn't understand, but she remembered Dr. Livingstone's lessons. "The amulet has a protective spell," she realized. "It can save us." As the temple collapsed around them, Emily held the amulet high and recited the inscription. A bright light enveloped them, and they were transported outside the temple safe and sound. The treasure hunters, however, were not so lucky. Trapped in the collapsing temple, they were forced to abandon their quest. Chapter 6. Lessons Learned. Back on the Explorer, Emily and Dr. Livingstone examined their find. The amulet was indeed magical, and the treasures were more than just riches. They were artifacts of great historical and cultural significance. "We did it, Emily," said Dr. Livingstone, smiling. "But more importantly, we've learned so much about the world and about ourselves." Emily nodded in agreement. "I've learned that true treasure isn't just about gold and jewels. It's about the knowledge we gain and the experiences we share." As they sailed back home, Emily felt a deep sense of accomplishment and gratitude. She had faced dangers, she had solved puzzles and learned valuable lessons. Most importantly, she had found a new sense of adventure and curiosity that would stay with her forever. When they returned to their small town, Emily shared their discoveries with her family and friends. She even gave a presentation at school, showing pictures and telling stories about their journey. Dr. Livingstone continued to look after her, and they planned future expeditions together. And so, Emily's adventure didn't end with the treasure. It was just the beginning of a lifetime of exploration and learning, driven by her curiosity and courage. And that's the end of the story.